If you feel like weight loss has to be this place of like this battle of discipline or restriction or just simply burning yourself out at the gym, let me put you hip to this game changer, and that is having a feminine approach to weight loss. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra, and here on my channel, we're all about creating a life you love. So with that being said, we're gonna hop into today's video. So today we are breaking down the feminine approach to weight loss. I feel like I can definitely speak on this because I am down 70 pounds, and this has only happened from me changing the way that I look at weight loss. I had to figure out what wasn't working and really just put myself in my soft girl era when it came to weight loss as well. So today we're going to be going over cycle syncing for weight loss, how to have a gentle approach to your fitness that truly works with your hormones, eating for nourishment and not restriction, and also why rest is so important. So let's go ahead and hop into the first point. Let's just talk about why traditional weight loss tactics fail women. And honestly, just like everything else that's wrong with the world, weight loss programs are geared towards men. They are based on a man's 24-hour testosterone cycle. So a man pretty much replenishes himself every single day. Like his hormones, they're working every single day on a consistent basis. However, when you think about yourself as a woman, we have this thing called a 28-day cycle. And if you are in tune with your body, you have already realized like every week you might just be a different person. Every week you might have a different level of energy. Every week you might just feel like a little bit more confident or less confident. But you have to be able to use this in a way that truly works for you. So in society, they say, have this hustle culture or grind harder, or if you're not losing weight, you're doing something wrong. And that is something that pisses me off so bad. Like, over the past few years, like if you get on TikTok or YouTube or any type of like internet social media place looking and seeking weight loss advice, it's usually like these gym bros or even gym girls. And they always say, well, you're doing something wrong. You're not working hard enough. You're eating too much. And honestly, just to put it simply, a woman's body thrives on balance, not burnout. So no, it's not about just working harder and eating less. You have to be able to get to a place to where you are in sync with your body, you are in tune with your body. So instead of pushing through these periods to where you have like this super low energy, you really should be syncing with your body during that time, not going against the grain, like really figuring out what does the body need in this moment, in this week, on this day, and really cater to that. Because otherwise it's going to lead to burnout. It's going to lead to your hormones being just all out of whack. And honestly, it can lead to like this up and down weight loss journey. It's like, all right, I'm down 5 pounds this week. I'm up 5 pounds this week. I'm down 5 pounds this week. I'm up 5 pounds this week. But you have to truly learn to lock in with your feminine energy when it comes to weight loss. So this is your season to really hop into your soft girl era. Soft girl era applies for every area of your life, and weight loss is one of them. All right, so let's just talk cycle syncing your fitness. So like I just previously mentioned, like you may feel like a different person each week out of the month. And honestly, your body needs different things during each week of the month. So instead of, like I said, pushing through those low energy times and trying to make yourself do something that you don't really feel like or you don't have the energy to do, work smarter, not harder. And that's really just knowing your cycle and the phases. So let's just kind of just start with the female cycle in general. We're going to start with menstrual, since your menstrual is technically your first day of each cycle. So on day one, that means that is your period day, day one. The day that you bleed on the first day, that is the first day of your essentially 28-day cycle. And I know everybody has different days that, their cycle kind of lasts. Sometimes mine is 29, sometimes mine is 31. But honestly, the more in tune and in sync you are with your body honestly, it's going to come every 28 days or 29 days. It's going to get as regulated as possible if you follow what I'm telling you guys here today. Society has pushed us to conform to these unrealistic schedules, these unrealistic expectations of a woman. Like I said, we thrive on balance, not burnout. So first things first is the menstrual phase, and that's usually day 1 through 5, 6-ish, whatever, your cycle is. And during this time, it is okay for you to rest during this time. However, for me, like my first day, I'm like, okay, I can rest on my first day, but by day 2, I'm honestly ready to get back up and moving. But I'm not saying I'm about to go do like level 15 on the Stairmaster. I'm probably just going to walk on the treadmill for about 3.0, or I'm probably going to walk on my walking pad. I might not even go to the gym that day, but this is the time to really kind of just take it easy. So you can do some light walking, you can do yoga, or you can choose to rest during this time. It's okay for your body to rest, guys. Next phase is going to be follicular phase. And this phase starts around like day 5 and kind of goes to day 12. It really kind of just depends on like how long your period is and things like that. But the follicular phase actually starts to happen at the tail end of your period anyway, so they kind of overlap. But during your follicular phase, you are starting to gain your strength and your energy back. So during this time, it is okay to start to amp up your workouts a bit. You can do some moderate cardio, you can do some low impact strength training, and then towards the end of your follicular phase, you may notice that you have a lot more energy, and that is the time to really amp up your workouts. You can start to do some HIIT. You can start to get a little bit more intense with your workouts. And that leads me into the next phase, which is ovulation. This is the phase to where your body is like, all right, let's make a baby. We have all this energy. And during this time is the time that you're supposed to go hard. You're supposed to go all in. And this is going to be around day 13 to day maybe 15, 16. It kind of just depends. You have to be able to track. And like I said, the more you get into with your body, you'll know what phase you're in. But during this time, you have optimal energy. And honestly, your metabolism is going to be at its peak. Like this is the time to you honestly probably feel like super confident during this time as well. But this is the time to do your Orange Theory or your berries workouts. So things like that are super high intense. One thing that I don't like about like people who kind of promote Orange Theory or berries, is like that is not something that you should be doing every single day of your cycle. So if you do like Orange Theory and things like that, I highly suggest maybe getting whatever like the lower tier plans are, and maybe just simply going like at the tail end of your follicular phase and during your ovulation phase, because that is going to be your optimal time for your cycle to go. Otherwise, it can lead to, jacking up your hormones and really just burning yourself out to where you might not even do anything within your next phase. So that leads me into our next phase, which the phase I kind of dislike the most, and that is the luteal phase, and that is your body starting to prepare for your period. So that is going to be day like 16 to whenever you start your period. So day like 16 to 28, and during this time, I honestly can feel like an immediate shift, especially like when I know it's coming. Like I can feel a shift in the energy. I just start to feel a little bit lower. I tend to get a little bit more emotional during this time. So I know like, all right, I feel like that's literally how I feel, like a computer shutting off. That's how I feel my luteal phase hits. However, in the first half of my luteal phase, I still have enough energy to where I can do low impact strength training. So I do like to do that during that time. But then once it's getting closer and closer to my period, if I feel like I need to rest, I will rest. However, I do like to move my body every single day. So even if it's as simple as doing, a 30-minute walk on the treadmill, like I make sure I'm moving my body. So the optimal workouts for this time is going to be low impact strength training or some steady state cardio during this time, or Pilates. So things that are going to keep you moving, but it's okay to do it at a low impact rate. Okay, so now we know what each phase is and how we should be moving our bodies during that time, what our fitness should look like during that time. And when it comes to a fitness journey, a weight loss journey, we know that it's really 80% eating and 20% fitness. So we really have to take an opportunity to talk about how we should be eating. Like we don't even realize this whole cycle thing. We should be following a diet plan that aids in our benefit really when it comes to this cycle syncing journey. So eating for hormonal balance, eating that is going to help nourish your body and not restrict your body. And honestly, when we think weight loss, when we think fitness, we automatically think about the things that we need to be cutting out. Instead, we should really look at things that we should be adding into our diet that help support our hormones. So I'm going to go through some of the key nutrients that you actually need in each cycle, as well as a few foods. And something that I am helping you guys out with today is I am going to be giving you guys a free guide that is going to be giving you guys some workouts, some things to eat, and just to kind of help put this all into one space, because I know this is a lot of information. So be sure to go down in the description box and download this freebie that I'm giving away for you guys today. I have it here on my phone just so I can remember. So for your menstrual phase, you want to avoid fatty and salty foods. You also kind of want to avoid caffeine if you can. I'm a caffeine fiend, so that was a little hard for me. But you should want to have like things that are like hearty, like stews. Make sure you have your protein in them. So I think when you think menstrual cycle, think warm, think winter. So think warmer foods. If you want to have some hot teas during this time, hot lemon water, do soups, do oatmeals, like do hot breakfasts, do hot meals during this time. And I know it can kind of get tricky when it comes to like seasons, because who the heck wants to be eating soup in the summertime? But I'm telling you, it is beneficial for you to have those warming foods in your body, because when you think of the cycle, the menstrual cycle, it is technically the winter of your cycle. Next, we're going to go into the follicular phase. In the follicular phase, you actually need lots of iron, fiber, and B12. So some things that you can kind of eat during this time is some red meats, some poultry like chicken, fish, so salmon, eggs, and things like that. You can also have some cheese during this time. I know a lot of people don't eat dairy, but one dairy that I actually find to be very easy on my stomach is actually Parmesan. And when I tell you guys, I put Parmesan on everything, and not the little Parmesan that comes in the little green container. I'm talking about like fresh shaved Parmesan. Like go to the deli section where they have the cheeses, not the cheese that's just in the regular cheese where they have the shredded cheese, the packaged cheese. Like go to the deli section and get some fresh Parmesan. It'll change your life. Next phase is going to be ovulation. And I know we hear a lot of people talk about like intermittent fasting. Women should not be intermittent fasting every single day or every single week of the month. The only time a woman should really be intermittent fasting is during your ovulation phase. That is because your metabolism is at peak. We just cannot do the same thing that men do. And we have to get to a place to where we're okay and confident within our own body, instead of going to men and listening to them about our bodies. Because you can get on the internet and a man will say like, oh, you need to be fasting all of this time. Okay, you already fast every single day when you go to sleep. Sure, you can probably stretch your fast out a little bit more, but at the same time, you should not be starving yourself throughout these weeks in your cycle. The only optimal time for you to be doing these long-winded fasting windows is ovulation. So just to put that out there. But during your ovulation phase, you should really go for, protein, fiber, omega-3. So again, veggies, fish, nuts, fruit. That's some things that you should be eating during your ovulation phase. Next, we're going to hit the luteal phase, my least favorite phase. And I honestly feel like this is the phase that I'm like literally hungry all the time. And when I tell you guys, my stomach is a bottomless pit. During my luteal phase, I feel like I can eat a whole horse during this time. During your luteal phase, it is ideal to make sure you are loaded up onto magnesium, fiber, B vitamins, and calcium. So some things to have during this time are sweet potatoes. You can go for whatever your seasonal squash are during the time. Grains, lentil, dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is my bestie during my luteal phase. Like I said, I told you guys in a few videos back, I love to do the dark chocolate with the cherries in it or the raspberries in it. Like they're like freeze dried and it's so good, and it hits on like that savory yet tart it just really hits and it really satisfies the cravings during that time. So this is how you should think about eating when it comes to your cycle syncing journey on your weight loss journey. Like I said, I am putting together a free guide for you guys to have a list of foods and some meal ideas that you can eat during each phase, because honestly, I feel like eating is the most tricky part. But if you know what you should be taking in during this time, it can help you plan better for your week. It can help you plan better for your groceries. Like sometimes we just go in the grocery store like, okay, we're going to do tacos this week. We're going to do spaghetti and maybe a steak kind of thing. But this way it'll tell you like what kind of veggies you should be eating, what kind of fruits you should be eating, what kind of supplements you should be taking during this time. So be sure to download that freebie, and I will have the link to that down in the description. Okay, so next we're going to talk about a gentle and supportive weight loss experience. And when it comes to, weight loss plans, like I said, they are truly designed for men. So men usually like lift heavy, 3 or 4 times out the week and really kind of just overloaded. But as a woman, as a girl in your soft girl era, you don't have to do all that. And I know it looks cool. It looks fun. It looks like, oh my God, I'm building up this huge butt. But like I'm telling you guys, you don't have to do that. Like you can really have a soft girl approach when it comes to weight loss. And that can be done through doing your hot girl walks, doing your Pilates, and really having this low impact strength training. It is okay to do strength training, but it does not have to be uber, super duper heavy all the time. Doing these hot girl workouts, Pilates, and low impact strength training, it is really, truly better than overtraining your body, because when you overtrain and you work out and you lift heavy 5-6 days a week, you are sending your body into distress every single day of the week. Every time you work out, more than likely your body is beginning to stress. Like working out is stressful to the body, even though it is good for the body. But if you continuously overwork your body, you are spiking your cortisol every single day. And that is the stress hormone that is going to jack up your hormones, like I said previously. And also it can potentially make your body hold on to weight, hold on to water. And personally for myself, I knew this was not going to work for me, because I was working out with a trainer and we were strength training heavy 5 days a week. And then next thing you know, my hair started thinning. I started breaking out in hives and it was just like puffy. It was just too much for my body. The moment that I started to focus on steady state cardio and low impact strength training, I didn't even get into Pilates yet, but my body just started to feel so much better. The weight started to fall off. And this was before, like I said, I started the hot girl walks and the Pilates, because I actually started doing this back in Michigan. However, moving to Texas, the weather is much warmer, so I was able to walk outside a lot more. There were Pilates studios on every single corner, so I was able to start Pilates. It was like a big thing here. So once I incorporated those two into my workout, true game changer, because it allows you to gracefully work out without spiking your cortisol too high. It allows your body to be in a place to where it is just simply freely flowing and living a balanced life and not burning yourself out. And I know that sounds like, it may sound crazy, but women, we are soft. We are truly supposed to live a soft life, and you can do that in your workouts as well. Okay, so last but certainly not least, let's talk rest and let's talk recovery. I may not be the best person to tell you guys this, but you should have a few rest days throughout the week. And rest doesn't necessarily mean like you're not working out at all, but it doesn't have to be like this planned out workout. You can rest, but you can still make sure you go for a 30-minute walk that day. You can go for a walk with your dog. You can walk on your walking pad. It's okay to move your body. But when I say rest, I mean like not going hard every single day, not lifting a weight. Have one day where you're not lifting a weight. Like kind of think about it like that. Allowing your body to rest sends you into a state of where your body can actually recover and actually start to grow the muscles that you're trying to grow, because your body is not going to be able to recover and grow those muscles if you're constantly overtraining those muscles every single day. And you might get to a place where you're like, okay, something's not working. I'm not seeing the results that I want to see. You might need to incorporate a little bit more rest and recovery time during your workouts. And really structuring your workouts in a way that works for you. Like I said, as women, we don't need to be doing the same thing that men are doing. We need to hop in our soft girl bag and really sync our bodies to what we should be doing during the time. And don't listen to these men because they don't have the same hormones that you have. They don't have the same cycle that you have. They cannot tell you how to lose weight as a woman. They can tell you how to lose weight according to science. And according to science, it is as simple as calories in, calories out. But like as a woman, we have to take into factor that we have our 28-day cycle. We have hormones. We have people who have PCOS. We have insulin resistance. So we have all of these factors that kind of come into play. So I just say, honestly, don't listen to the extra Jimmy people and don't listen to the men. Figure out how to work with your body. And if you're a person who has PCOS or a person whose cycle is not regulated, kind of just try to catch where you are in your cycle. I know sometimes women go like months without having a period, but start to look at some things that you can do to make your period come. Or I know people who like actually like bleed a lot, and I actually told this one person like, try to rub castor oil on your belly, because she was just like bleeding through her clothes. And when she rubbed the castor oil on her belly and put the castor oil in her belly button, she stopped bleeding. And that is a way to where you can really kind of just get your body in check. So it's like, if you know you're bleeding, like start to eat how you would eat in your menstrual phase. Warm your body up. So we are women. We are powerful. We are unique. We literally are one with the earth, like legit. Okay, so let's think of our cycle as seasons. So like I said, your menstrual phase is going to be your winter. Your follicular phase is going to be your inner spring. So start to think about what happens in the spring. How do you feel in the spring? Like take in like springy like foods. During your ovulation phase, it's like summer. Like summertime is the time to be a true baddie. You're feeling confident, you're tan, you're moving around like you have less clothes on. Like that is the summer. Like your ovulation is summer. And then lastly, your luteal phase is going to be your autumn, your fall. So like you're starting to fall off your leaves are falling off the trees, and it is getting you in preparation for winter, which is your period. So you are truly, truly, truly a unique individual, and you should be treated as such. You should be treated very softly. You should treat yourself very softly. It's no need to be going all extra hard and pushing yourself when you don't need to. The system was not set up for you, so you have to create a system that works for you. And honestly, this cycle syncing goes far beyond just working out and eating right. There is a whole cycle syncing approach to even how you do business, like what you should be doing when it comes to your business during this time. This is a season for brainstorming. This is a season for executing. Like if you guys want to hear a little bit more about that, I can kind of talk about that as well in another video. But however, I know this video was a lot all in itself, but like I said, I put together this free guide for you guys so you can know like each phase of your cycle, what you should be eating, giving you a food list, how you should be working out, and to really just help yourself get in a place to where you feel confident, in a space to work out, feel confident in a space to take control of your fitness journey, take control of your body. We are truly working against ourselves every single day, especially in our country. Like this is a male driven society. So like I said, you have to make this system work for you. You have to sync your body with doing throughout your weeks, throughout your days. Like really just start to pay attention to your body, get in tune with your body. And the more and more you start to sync your body, sync your cycle, your periods are going to become so much better, practically painless. Like when I do what I'm supposed to be doing, my period comes in easy and effortlessly, like not a cramp in sight. The period might even be 3 or 4 days, like super light. But I do notice if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, the period can come in super heavy. It can be super clotty. So these are things to kind of just keep in mind. Like, you are far more precious than rubies. Like, seriously, God knew what he was doing when he made us, and we are meant to live a soft life. So live your soft life. If you guys have ever done like cycle syncing, let me know down below how it works for you. What are some best practices for your cycle syncing journey? And if you know somebody who's a girl who's struggling with weight loss, or maybe not even struggling with weight loss, this is just good for a person who has a period. If you have a period that is painful, start doing this in your period. I promise you, it's going to get so much better. So this video was super fun to film for you guys today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Trials and tribulations, child, child, child. Kissing in Paris, I guess we could do it in French. Wow. Eating low maintenance, child for now, child, child. She got me wildin' now. Rory Italian, child for now, child, child. Yeah, she making that shake, breaking that bait till her back break.